Hey guys, what's going on? It's Michael, and this is another True Tech Tips show. And one thing I want to talk about is how much RAM do you actually need as a web developer? How much you need as, you know, just somebody who runs multiple programs, because I see everyone saying 8 GB is enough for a web developer, but I don't know that's true because I've had laptops with 8 gigs of RAM, and by the time you start, you know, getting them some things fired up that you need every day for web development, it's not quite enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up a few programs, and we're going to watch the memory. Right now, this laptop has 32 gigs, which might be, you know, a little bit much, but I also like doing some photo editing every now and again. Might do some video editing in the future. So this is it was cheap for the extra memory. It was only like $67 for another 16 gigs. So it wasn't that bad. So let's take a look and let's see how this does. Okay, so first thing is probably gonna need Slack. So open that up. All right, so now we got Slack open. All right, cool. So we got Slack open in the background. I'm not gonna bring it on screen just because it has some conversations, but Slack is open. All right, so next we're gonna open up let's see. Open up GitHub Desktop because usually that's something that it makes working with repos a bit easier than the command line sometimes. All right. Speaking of command line, let's open up a Git Bash. All right. There's that. Now we're at 5.5 gigs of RAM. Not too bad still. Let's open up the VS Code. That's something else we're going to need. All right. Now if we just make that, okay. All right, let's go back here. See what we're doing. Okay, the fans are kicking on. And right now we're about 6.5 gigs. So still not terrible. But next, you need to open up Google Chrome because there are documents and things you need to research all the time as a developer. All right, so we'll just go to pull over this window into the main window. And let's pull up MDN documents. All right, we'll do that. And then let's say we need to look up something else. Let's say we need to look up arrays JavaScript. Open that. So we get that tab going. And then, need something else. We'll do CSS selectors. All right. And then let's see. We need React.js router docs. All right, there's that. And then we want to do like a YouTube video in the background. There's that. And then let's see, we can go to, we want to check the weather. All right, cool. So now if we check, we're running about 8.5 gigs worth of RAM. And, that's 8.5 gigs, and we only have so many programs open. Not to mention if we open up like things like Spotify, if we open up, some other programs, Skype, or obviously Zoom is open. Let's go take a look here, see what take a lot of RAM. All right, well, there you go. Google Chrome, 2 gigs of RAM right there. VS Code, half a gig. Zoom is almost half a gig. Slack is 250 megabytes, not bad. GitHub Desktop, only 100 megs, not bad at all. So, and then let's just see. So we open another window because sometimes I have, 15, 20 windows open. So let's just open up a few different ones here. Do that. Another window there. Another W3 school. another MDN. All right, so now we got like what, 10 tabs open. We'll do like 2 more. Cool. All right, so if we go back and check now, we're running about, let's see, yeah, Google Chrome loves memory. Let's open up a, say we want to, all right. So right there is, I'm gonna say probably, yeah, 10 gigs of RAM. So like you see, you know, RAM does get taken up, you know, pretty quickly. And I know some will say, well, if you had 8 gigs, it would only use 8 gigs, it would swap files. And, you know, I understand that. But the minimum for what I would want to work with would be 16 gigs of RAM. Just because 8 gigs, it does get, things do get slower. You know, let's say I want to open up Spotify, I want to play a video in the background, you know, something like that. Probably not going to be able to. Or if it does, it's being really slow, especially when you get into like larger files in you know, VS Code. One of the things that you'll notice is like I have a lot of extensions, and one thing that you'll see is the extensions will definitely slow down if you only have 8 gigs of RAM, because it's trying to, you know, manage RAM that has, and your code base gets you know, pretty large. So I'm not, you know, so sure if that's something with the VS Code and the extensions. You know, some extensions you just go really slow, or if it's a RAM issue. I haven't yet tried that on you know, this laptop because I just upgraded from 8 gigs of RAM. So this is a nice upgrade. So far, things are a lot smoother, and yeah. So the big thing is, I think when you're buying a laptop, make sure you buy enough RAM up front. If you know, the RAM is going to come soldered on the laptop, like most of them are today, just because you know, most laptops like XPS 13s, your XPS 15s. I think the XPS 15 you might be able to upgrade the RAM. Lenovo Carbon X1, MacBooks. I think all the entire Mac line except you know, a few models like the Mac Mini and the iMac, like the 27-inch. Um, all those things are be really difficult to replace the RAM. So make sure you buy at least 16 gigs. I would say if you can swing it. You know, if you can only afford 8 gigs of RAM, I'd say buy an older machine like a ThinkPad or you know, something you can upgrade the RAM, and you know, just throw another stick of RAM. And right now, I just bought a 16 gigs of RAM. It was like $68. So RAM isn't that expensive anymore. It was more expensive a couple years ago, but it's definitely come down. So hopefully this helps you kind of solve the issue. How much RAM do you need as a web developer or just in general? Because I think 8 gigs of RAM, it might be fine today, might be manageable, but what about a year from now, 2 years from now? Is it still going to be enough? As you know, apps get more, you know, RAM hungry. I don't know if it will. So I'd say if you you know, be careful what you buy. If it's going to be something that's going to be a limited 8 gigs of RAM, being, you know, because it's on board, I'd say probably pass on it unless it's like a really good deal. Because I was looking at the XPS 13 for myself because I like the, you know, the compact size of it, but it wasn't going to work. You know, it's just 8 gigs of RAM is it doesn't really give you much room to photo edit or video edit. It's just going to require so much more RAM than that. So even though the minimum specs say 8 gigs, I mean, if you want to do things in an efficient manner, definitely go with more RAM. So hope that helps you out. Until next time, make sure you subscribe if this helped you, and make sure to like the video as it will help make my channel grow. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.